Welcome back, generals, sub-generals, and knights. We are back into Field of Glory 2 Medieval. It has just released today, and I am still playing through the tutorial settings that it has, trying to figure out its unique takes on its turn-based strategy. Here we are the Prussian Duke with an unpronounceable name leading a rebellion against the Teutonic Knights that have, after their crusades of the Baltics, established their own brand of kingdom in the north. We're fighting here with a field full of rough terrain and seeing how to mitigate that through army deployment and planning out your flanks and central positions. So, at the point that we are at, I'm just trying to remember if we are playing here at the beginning of a turn or at the end. We'll know if we can charge with these, our lovely Prussian nobles that have swung wide, followed the tracks, and been ready to execute this flank right here. Charge their crossbowmen, and they push us back. Incredible. I was hoping that I could stick to them and really put some hurt on them. We did better on the impact than they did, but they are a fairly large unit. They have twice the strength that we do. Alright. What are our other plays here? Yes. Fire upon their knights. Good. The massed archers here. We're waiting for an opening. These guys are in combat so that we cannot fire on them. These knights, they do have AP, but I think they are, so they broke this enemy unit of knights on the previous turn and then engaged. They followed them and are charging after them to try and catch the retreating knights. They should be wildly successful because the path of their retreat is blocked by their own reinforcements. So what I want to do now is this unit that we have held in reserve for so long can come and assist here against the enemy's heavy knights. Charge! The impact was not going to go well for us, but being able to help out this unit is very important. And then we are going to want to position. We are expecting them to break and retreat, at which point we will bring our general and his knights, his bodyguard, in against the enemy sub-general. I wonder if this is actually, this unit contains the Teutonic Grandmaster, Gerhard von Malberg, which is why they are performing incredibly well. These are the elite of the elite. And I do not think that they are going to have any targets. My light archers. Oh, wouldn't it be fun if they swung around here? Yeah, it sure would. And then turn and fire. I like this. I can connect with the marsh on this side, and I can harass their reinforcements. We'll look to push up here to the corner of the marsh, or maybe take the center and just ping these guys off. It'd be nice if I could have my other archers do the same, but I don't know if that is the best move because the massed archers are not nearly as mobile. It would take them a long time to get around. We're mostly bogged down in combat here, so these turns will pass pretty quickly, I think. Alright. No morale checks so far, just continued fighting. There. So we're pushing their Baltic levies into making morale checks. And they cut through our defensive spearmen. They're taking morale checks, but they're holding. Melee. What a mosh pit. Our guys look like they have a few combats where they are decidedly in the lead, which will be good. Once we can break a few of their units, we can cause some cascading morale checks against them. Knights and sergeants are charging an enemy unit in the path of pursuit. So our unit that broke through here ended up connecting with their reinforcements. Now they've put their crossbowmen into the gap of the knights that followed up our spearmen, and they have decided to fire point blank into our spearmen and then charge, which has fragmented our units. Our defensive spearmen are not performing. I wanted them to be able to completely plug this center, but it is not working well. Then these guys, the German Grandmaster, is just fragmenting our units. He is devastating. We really want some of these flanks to start swinging in our favor so that we can roll them up to assist against the opponents. Teutonic Order Knights have auto-broken as a result of cumulative losses. Yeah, they took this corner position and we hit them with a number of our strong units. So our units followed up their victory, charging into the spearmen here when they pushed us back, even though there were not significant losses on either side. Okay, so now we have a couple very interesting choices. We can try to charge again, which our impact is very good here. So we like this. We're disrupting them. This is the success. This is what I wanted our initial flank to be. This is awesome. Okay. These guys falling back. I would like to turn my masked archers. I don't think they're going to have much of an opportunity to continue firing here, but they have an opportunity to fire here. So fire we shall. They are steady. We're going to run these guys up here and then open fire again. We are low on ammunition, but we will continue to skirmish. I'm going to save decisions here in the middle for now and look at this flank. So we still have full engagements across all this position. We're going to sneak up here with the marsh, and let's see. So these units, I'm going to click off for a second. These units are routed. These units are also routed. These are spearmen that are held in reserve and are still effective. I am kind of uninterested in firing into routing units, so I'm going to choose to fire into the spearmen here. Skirmishing does not give you dramatic wins early on, but these masked archers, what to do with them? Because they have this solid wall, they cannot fire into this melee. This is also very dense fighting. It's hard to say what I want them to play for. You also don't want to keep them too close to melee, because then the game is straight up said they get nervous and perform worse. So, maybe they just hold tight. I could kind of angle their facing. We'll turn the unit. Okay. So now Now come the big decisions with our middle. We have our Knights and Sergeants here, and Knights and Sergeants here. Both of these units are in excellent condition. These guys are getting pretty torn up against the Baltic levies and these defensive spearmen. Meanwhile, fighting against their Teutonic Grand Master, our guys are just getting throttled. They're both fragmented units. We have our general here. He could choose to punch these mounted crossbowmen, and they would likely simply evade away. And then the charge would continue to either pursue them or hit these retreating units. We could also throw a charge here into the units that have come around behind us. I think I like doing this. We'll throw this flank charge and hopefully really break them before we need to send aid against their general. Now, with these units, we go to break these spearmen. And these units have already fought a combat this round, it seems. They probably fought the one that broke these guys. So they'll be free next turn, but they cannot assist right now. The idea with charging up here was to open up these knights to swing to the right to take on these other sergeants. Alright, here we go. Toggle top map view. Let's see how things progress. These melees continue as long as our guys hold on for a few more rounds. Being fragmented does not bode well. And the farther they're routing, they completely left. Dispersed, they were so few in number that they're just scattered. They're not even a cohesive unit retreating anymore. This melee is at a deadlock, and they've broken our other round of spearmen. This is what I wanted this cavalry to be able to support, but they were just a turn too slow. And these have actually pushed back our unit. Knights and Sergeants were charged in the rear flank and dropped one level to disrupted as a result. Where was this? Oh, they charged through and then they hit our general. And now this is another flank hit from the enemy's crossbows. So our general's unit is in major trouble right now. They're moving their spearmen to support here. I thought they would move here. Okay, things are looking ugly. Quite ugly. We really need the flanks, I think, to open up in our way, because the center has gone from bad to worse. These melees, they're just... But neither of the units is well suited to fighting in the swamps. Ah, we did fragment one of them. Alright, more melees. And then I want to see our cavalry do some work here. Yeah, and our defensive spearmen are just running out. Alright, Knights and Sergeants have rallied to disrupted. That's good for us. Yes, that is good for us. These are our guys that are pinning down the enemy general. If he wakes up and can hit other units, we're going to be in big trouble. Okay, so... Can't charge that target tight. Alright, the light archers are not going to be able to support here. The massed archers were waiting for just this moment. When they push the knights back, the archers will fire. And then these players will also turn and fire. Okay, 1 casualty. Sure, thanks. Alright, so we have this just shredded unit that we can throw back in. We have this unit. We will have to reposition the cavalry before we can support our general. Oh man, cavalry's feeling pretty unwieldy. But this charge looks really good. Break them! Fragmented, yes. That's what we want to see. This is what we want to see. We could swing all the way around and actually hit these guys. Which, our impact looks good, but the continued fight looks really bad. So we're going to turn our unit and then effectively waste the rest of our turn waiting to try and support our general. I kind of wish that he would just get pushed back from one of these and then retreat to a safer area, but I don't know if he will be given a chance to do so. We could play a little cheeky and move these light archers up, looking to get a cross shot over here. That could be kind of fun. No, they don't have enough AP to turn. So we were before able to reposition quite easily, and that was because our general was out of combat. So he was providing support to the troops for being able to reposition more easily. These archers, I think they just hold tight, wait for their opportunity, wait for one of the enemy units to not be engaged. Alright, the melee is a stalemate against the enemy general. Over here, we're winning against the crossbowmen. And then in the marsh, things are going pretty well. Things are just kind of steady out there. This is more combat against our general. It's on the left here that we have the strongest advantage on this far left. This is our best battle. We want this to go well. They didn't take a check. We need a little more to happen there. Ooh, that's the bad one. They fragmented the unit that holds our general. And their spearmen are holding firm. We need some breaks. Some of that cascading morale could just swing things dramatically. There's our general. He's going down. Retreating into the swamp. It's the worst place for our cavalry to be. Okay, so our knights are actually winning in the center out there, but this battle is just even matched, no extra effort on either side. There we go, we fragmented another unit. Their effectiveness should go down a lot. We've disrupted these ones. There, they held firm. That was the check to see if they would rout. It's good that we're pushing them to the position where they are just that one check away from routing. But oh wow. Yeah. Having our center just shattered like that is terrible for us. Alright, we're gonna march up here. And we're gonna fire on their pursuing knights. Our archers are not very effective against armor, as you can see. 0 damage. I am tempted to move up here, get a little closer. Yeah, I'll take the move. Move unit. Alright, fire. Also 0 damage. Yuck. We're gonna come down here and turn and fire. Man. The Teutonic Knights, their armor is true. Okay, these guys. I'm a little worried because this unit of knights is retreating right by them, but I'm going to let them retreat and focus on units that can still play a part in this battle. They can always rally, but I'm gonna just hope they don't. See how well that goes for me. I like this charge. I also like this charge, but I cannot make that play because I think of zone of control from... Oh, we're just not close enough. Okay. I like this charge. On impact, we should smash them. They're flanked. We have impact. We did not win as decisively as I was hoping, but they also didn't evade us, so holding them in place is fine. If these guys continue to chase through the swamp, it would be wonderful if these units could rally and then turn and fight them in the swamp. That would be... I mean, we would effectively win at that point, I think. Alright. Let's see how the rest of the melees play out. When a general falls in close combat, nearby units of line of command take a cohesion test. Oh, we have felled their Grand Master! This is it! This is the turning point! All these other cavalry took heavy hits. Yes, well done, my knights! Aim for the commanders! They're routing into the swamp. I love it. But it'll at least take them forever to get back into battle, even if they recover now. This is the one. These guys need to just drop off. They've been losing decisively every single round. Breaks. There we go. We're opening things up now. Their spearmen push our unit back. And now we are charging into the swamp. Okay. Someone needs to have a word with that knight commander. Why would you follow up a charge and then leave the fleeing enemies and move your horses into the swamp? This unit, in spite of having the general fallen, is performing admirably. They move their spearmen into contact. This unit has taken so many losses. They're almost at half strength, but they are not even disordered. Auto break. Well, I take back what I was saying to the knights. He's opened up that flank for us at long last. Auto breaks, there we go. They've just taken so many losses, they can't hold the line anymore. Our general continues to retreat, as does our spearmen. Hey, we've rallied a unit of knights, this is excellent. Their cav seem to be hesitant to pursue into the marsh, which will definitely play into our commander's favor for being able to survive this. So we're going to turn and fire on these cav. Actually getting some casualties in there. We can roll 0 through 6, see what we get. Yeah, 4. This is solid. Finally starting to put some hurt onto them. The rest of this flank's all locked up. These guys are all locked up. We're looking at these archers. So we can roll, nope, at long range and low ammunition. They have no chance of harming any of these knights. These guys, on the other hand, we have a chance. So we'll take it. Massed archers firing into them. Very good. Okay, so this unit is still pursuing the crossbowmen. This unit is also still in pursuit, so they are not free to be commanded. These guys are also in pursuit, so they're locked up. But these trusty skirmishers, they've actually put in a lot of work for us. So we are going to turn and fire with the full arc. Pick off a few more of their units. So I have one cavalry unit here. I think that the charge here just makes the most sense. Impact. Held firm, but they push us back. Okay, that was a pretty good roll for them. They did not fail a morale check, even though they took enough casualties to cause one, and they pushed us back. Pushing us back, these cavalry will not be able to wheel and do a flank charge in time. So I think ideally we will just counter charge again on the next turn. Though it's open for them to be able to charge or support against the knights here. They will likely do that. And I don't know exactly how I would respond to that play, but we'll see. We are winning. We are winning by about 15%. You can see that here on the left for what percentages. The percentages that they're measuring are how many units are routing. Our light cav break those crossbowmen and then add to support this melee in the marsh. Them charging into the marsh is not their best, but we've rolled over this whole left flank and our guys are in hot pursuit. Ooh, General fallen. No. Disrupted. So this is a sub-general. He led the charge through. Baltic levies have broken before contact, and the chargers will pursue for this turn only. Pursuers may charge fresh enemy that they meet in the course of their pursuit. Okay. I don't see any of our guys pursuing. My guess is it's the axemen? Or it could be the cav caused that, but then they don't have enough action to charge into the marsh. I'm curious exactly what happened there. I didn't see the order. Our knights are just getting beaten up in this fight, which is why I'm really worried about these spearmen coming across. We actually take some heavy losses there in the center. They're taking morale checks, but they are still holding. This unit is incredible. There go their crossbowmen. They were no match for going toe-to-toe with our knights. These spearmen have dispersed. The enemy has lost heart. You are victorious. This is because you've routed at least 40% of the enemy unit and at least 25% more than your own percentage. Okay, so this percent does not mean that, you know, we needed to be less than 25%. This percent is actually a percent of their percentage. So if we were lower than 31% and them being above 40, we'd win. So we've won. We can free ourselves from the Teutonic oppressors. Excellent. They lost 61% of their force. We only lost 20%. I think that these numbers are heavily skewed because whoever loses, like their wounded become captured, or there's something else. So this isn't just that we actually perform that much better, but because we win, we get a huge bonus in either how many of them are lost or how many of ours are wounded or healed. All right, we were able to adapt to that battle a lot better than the very first tutorial that we faced off against. I think there is a third battle here. Hungarian against Russian. The third tutorial will demonstrate force selection. It is 1226 AD, and King Andrew II of Hungary is invading the Western Russian Principality of Halič in an attempt to force its prince, Mstislavich, to cede the principality to his youngest son, Andreas. This is also Andreas. You gotta love the wars and politics of the medieval ages. Regardless of the politics, I'm sure it was a grand battle. Okay, the Russian boyars and their retinues, Druzina, are more lightly equipped than your knights and are no match for them in close combat. However, they are more mobile and they can evade your knights' charges, then return to the fray. The Russian army also includes some mercenary nomad horse archers, but the Hungarian army can more than match those in numbers. Shooting is more about causing cohesion loss than casualties. A disrupted or fragmented unit is much easier to defeat in close combat than a steady one. Shooting is most likely to cause cohesion loss if several units concentrate their shooting against one enemy unit. Although the Russian infantry has a corps of experienced armored spearmen, the rest are unarmored and inexperienced and may not stand up to a charge by your knights. You now have the opportunity to make known the choice of troops you brought with you to this battlefield. Click on the Help button in the top right of the screen for further instructions on force selection. Okay, so this is, they have kind of slowly given us more and more of what just starting a normal multiplayer battle or just a normal skirmish would look like. In the first one, we were just given the armies and we had to learn how to control them. The second tutorial, we got to switch around the deployment of our troops, and now here you're going to always get to see this army selection. So you have a number of points down here at the bottom that you can spend on the different units. They have their cost right here, their name. As you hover over, you get their stats, and then you have a quantity. So for these most elite knights, we are only allowed to take one unit of them. So this kind of prevents some really cheesy army builds where like you would completely index into, say, skirmishers, and just the entire board is skirmishers, and basically creating an army that wouldn't make sense historically is impossible. So I can search by type, by points, by quantity. Okay. Click the Help button in the top right-hand corner of the screen for instructions. Show Help. Okay. The box on the left contains a list of units available to this army. Some are fixed. Those are the core of your army. So this is what we have on screen is considered the core of our army. Here on the quantity where it says 4 plus 0 of 2, this means that you always take 4 knights and sergeants, and you can choose to take up to 2 more. The same thing, you always bring these nomad light horse archers, but you could take up to 5 more. And you get the defensive spearmen and nomad horse archers versus the light archers. Mouse over the unit list to see details of each unit type. Blue highlighted units on the map are ones that have not yet been chosen. You can choose them either by left-clicking on the unit on the map or on the unit type in the unit list. Brown highlighted units are optional units that have already been chosen. You can right-click on them on the map or in the unit list to unchoose them. Note, if any unit is currently selected on the map has a gold plinth around it, you must deselect it before right-clicking on a unit on the map will remove it. Autofill will randomly select units to fill your army up to the available point total. You can remove these again by clicking on the map or right-clicking on the unit list. Click Accept when you've finished. Okay. So let's see what we know about our opponents here. Our opponents have light horse archers here on the flank, and then these boyars are swordsmen. So a large contingent of light cav, skirmishers. Now they have raw spearmen, armored spearmen, and raw spearmen. So their center is made up of spears. Their reserves are light cav, more skirmishers, and they've mirrored their position with more light cav and ranged cav here on the corner. For us, oh man, all of these light horse archers, this is going to be quite the battle, especially because only half of our forces deployed. I feel like what I have already could take on what they have, but I wonder if they're gonna, like, if this is just their core, they can probably make the additional selections as well. Okay. So the tooltip told us that their raw spearmen can't even hold up to our knights. So even though they're spears, we could charge cavalry into them at an advantage. We don't have any swordsmen. I do want this unit of knights. Above average troop quality. Bow, light spear, and swordsman. So very versatile cavalry there. I want some skirmishers. Light archers. Ah, okay, so they have already taken a lot of units for me. Okay, I don't need all the tooltips. Yep, I saw this in the previous tutorial, but it's still gonna pop up every new unit type. Okay, so that's why. They have a full army here. Okay, so I'm gonna need to start choosing what to remove. To be able to fit our other units in. I feel like this string of cavalry is too large. We don't need all of these. Okay, so that just gave me info. Oh, right click will take them off. Yeah, I want to take them off. Nomad light horse. I have to have 4. Right. Okay. So where is this adding? Light horse archers. Okay, so we kind of took this contingent. I'm a little confused as to how the tutorial wants me to follow through with this. We'll take this guy. Do I want more units to hit the center? I prefer knights to the melee infantry, I think. Though does not leave us with much. There we go, that'll fill in the center. And then taking some more cav. Okay. Take some more skirmishers. And with our final points, what looks good? 30 more points. Don't have enough for these archers. Archers are 36. There we go. So accepting here gives us our units, and now we can balance out how we want them deployed. Or that also finished deployment for us. Okay. Well, I'm actually not sure how much of that setup will be carried over in your normal battles outside of the tutorial. I'm sure that doing it more often will it'll come to make more sense. We're going to make a slow advance here. To the left. Company forward. About face. There we go. Move the spears up. Going to advance the cav. Here's our general. He's going to ride with the Teutonic Knights. Company forward. Alright, so do we not have a sub-general on this side? I feel like we do. What was it? So that's the combat log. That's the line of sight. That's his command range. So we're going to want to swing him out as much as possible to be able to keep these guys in command range. Very important for these cavalry, as far as I understand, to have them in command, or in the command range of a general, so that they can do the quick turns. Okay, let's see how our enemy responds. Bringing his cavalry up to the center. And that's the only thing he cares to do. Okay. Company forward. Alright. Let's get our general in here. And then bring up these cav. Okay, so let's play with this command range a little bit. You do not shoot very far. But they do have excellent movement, so that's how they make up for it. Alright, so this is my sub-general on this side. We want to keep him well in range of his units here. We're gonna keep these archers in line with the spearmen for now. Well, actually, these light archers could push up faster, and we can hold these other archers more in line here. Move whole command. We like this rough terrain. We're gonna keep these archers. Our goal is to set up a line with our spearmen extending along here, our archers in the rough terrain here, and then send out the skirmishers from there. If the enemy chooses to advance and be drawn towards them, then we want to fight in that position if possible. Alright, I have a feeling that he is going to advance. I was thinking he might just hold his lines until we came closer, but looks like he is aggressive. Ah, charge! That is a very bold move, to charge his archers in like that. Especially when he holds the rest of his flank back. Doesn't care very much about his skirmishers, I suppose. Alright, fire with your full arc. I think these I want to move back, and they can still turn and fire here. This unit can come around, turn and fire. So there, they hit disrupted. Are these the same? They are not. And not close enough to charge. Okay, but if I run them up here, they can fire. These units I want to assist in this melee to push their skirmishers off, and then we're going to send these guys in. They're attempting to evade the charge, so the skirmishing cav can just retreat, which is fine. It leaves these units unsupported. It's exactly how we like it. And then we are going to keep our sub-general as free as possible in the back here. Alright, now we are starting to get serious with our own cav. This is roughly the battle line I want to make. Can these guys rotate? They don't have the moves yet. We're going to keep our general in reserve for now, but we're going to advance the Teutonic Knights so they're ready. These units will again advance. Okay. Things are gonna get interesting. He has so many cavalry here in reserve. I don't want to overextend. So we are going to play it a little slow here. Just move these guys up. But our skirmishers we're going to play a little bit faster with. They have the range. They're in terrain that is favorable to them. So it's time to take advantage. And they have backup from the cav and this, kind of the spearmen. The idea is if they get charged, they will evade. Move up our full companies of archers. Yeah, we'll bring the commander up even. This way he stays, keeps his area of command quite useful. The spearmen will hold, and this flank was all finished. There we go. All right. That was enough of their shock troops. Their foolhardy charge has ended. They're sending up skirmishers, firing into our heavy cav. Advancing their other contingents of skirmishers. Not wanting to be shot at without returning fire. Ooh, point blank volley. Heavy casualties. Here comes their main line. The main line is a little disrupted because of the moves of the skirmishers, and now the flank cavalry approaches. The enemy seems to have put most of their strength into these light cav units, so how well they perform I feel like is going to really determine the battle. It's going to be them against my heavy cav. Okay. Battle lines are all drawn up. Here we go. Yeah, I'll advance here. And then fire! Ooh, that didn't give me what I wanted. I'll advance here. And fire again. There we go. Fragmented. This is where I want to launch my charge. Break them. Beautiful. They cannot stand up to... and we've... Okay, so we pull all the way behind their lines to chase these skirmishers. This is where things will get very messy. We'll move over here. Turn and fire. I'm worried that if they throw charges at us, we'll evade off the board. That burned me in another match. We will move this unit. Looks like they are locked in their facing. This guy. If we come up here, yes, we can. Beautiful. We'll take this shot. Just testing them. There's our sub-general, making sure he stays with the ability to command. These guys are now out of range of their commander. It's not good. Okay. I kind of want to fall. Yeah. I want to fall back here. To let my real archers just wipe out these skirmishers. And then these skirmishers can actually support against the cav. Taking morale checks. We'll make the slight turn to fire against these skirmishers. And our sub-general will just hold. These guys all fired. Okay. I think our spearmen just hold tight. I would like them to advance and come within range of my archers over here. My archers are doing quite well so far. Now, my plan was to use my cavalry against their center and draw up a line right here. But given that they are already facing towards this flank, I could come across, but that would leave me open if these cavalry wanted to come against us. So I think that what we're going to do is we're going to keep one unit of knights and sergeants here, kind of protecting against that flank charge, and the rest are going to hit here in the center. We cannot charge them yet. If they advance, I can go straight at them. So I'm going to reposition them. I'm going to move them up. And then with my general here... I think he's going to move here, and then he will swing around and form this anchor of the cavalry charge. But he's going to be slower doing it. Okay. Did we resolve this side? We did. I should get better into having a system of the order with which I resolve the flanks. Oh, next on move is tab. Next unshot is B. Good to know. Thank you, game. What else do we have here? Okay. Those look like the main tools that I want to use. They continue to skirmish. But will there be a real engagement? It looks like they want it. Their main corps of infantry is taking the center. There's a charge. They go straight there, sub-general against mine. Our units flee. There was no charge there yet, at least. They're facing up against our knights. Here's the charge, but we evade past. So the left flank is looking very bad. Light archers were charged in flank rear and dropped a level of morale to disrupted as a result. Okay, very bold of their skirmishers to run into this mass. But I suppose they have license to feel bold with their cavalry line taking us on so well. Alright. What do I want these guys to do? I think these guys have to basically follow up and run them back. They hit the woods, they'll be slowed down, we'll be able to hit them, is the plan. Out here on the left, things are not great. Out of shooting range, and we did not start facing them to be able to do a charge. We are disrupted. We're gonna turn our unit here. Move up and fire. We are going to turn and fire here as well. I'm not interested in charging up and then being able to be caught by all this cav. If they want to turn into our archers in the rough terrain, then I will collapse on them. But until then... Cannot about face. So maybe I actually pull back an extra space. And then here we will pull back but turn around so we do not take a flank charge. Okay. Hit the cav. Hit their skirmishers. Heavy casualties on them there. Hit the cav again. Make them make those morale checks. I will not be able to charge because I was facing over here. Well, I should have charged across there and used these ones to fire at the cav. There we go, we got disrupted onto them. Do I want to be the one making charges? Against these, where are they? Yeah, so against my spearmen against their raw spearmen win. My spearmen against their armored spearmen lose. So we do, if we can choose, to want to crash into them. That being said, I would also... Well, they would just evade, wouldn't they? Yeah. Impact! Our archers are not going to be able to support, so I figure that I will make this fight on my own terms. And... yeah, charge. We're gonna try and take the rest of these with our knights. Ah, these are raw spearmen again. Well, they will not like seeing Teutonic cavalry closing in against them. Charge! Ooh, they push us back. Good to know. Alright, we're gonna move our general up here. He's prepared. So this way, if they want to come in against us at a flank, my cavalry will be ready to really punish them. I'll hit them again. The other knights. See how they like that second hit. They're disrupted, and they are caught in combat. Okay. Time to see if we will catch any of these guys. Push their line back. Oh my gosh. We're in deep. We're in very deep. This is all open ground. I will take it. I will come up to threaten. We'll move here. Volley. We'll move here. Volley again. Taking morale checks. Bring this guy up from the back. Hit them. Keep on holding firm. Alright, point blank. Ah, another hold firm. These guys are legends. If I move here... Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. And another hold firm. Wow. Okay, they're still in pursuit. So... Our sub-general has not fought, and neither have these. But everybody else has shot, it looks like. Yes. Okay. Kind of want to send the sub-general in now. Yep, they'll run back. This actually does not go well for us. So... we will still come up, but we will only choose to fire at them. There we go. This will keep them from being able to make a flank charge into our sub-general. So they'll be threatened here. Now, they can answer that pretty easily. They'll charge here, we would evade, and then they could wheel and attack, but that at least forces them to make that kind of play. And we are through it all. Here we go, turn 5! The epic skirmisher against skirmisher, they fragmented our men. They make another charge, and our units choose to evade in front of the enemy cavalry. Yes, you will be safe there. Here comes the charge. Their sub-general is still chasing ours. Their cavalry looking for options. Okay, so they want to relieve that unit. Which they do, successfully. More skirmishing. It's very touch and go with all of these units that can evade. Yeah, our knights went in very deep there where they broke through. They've disrupted our skirmishers, and our scrims are routing. Wow, I really thought that I would be able to hold that rough ground against their 2 units, but that was not the case. These melees are going very well for us though. So this brings us back to our control. Okay, we're going to turn our unit, and then I think we want to kind of keep on wheeling and skirmishing as much as we can. Move here, turn and fire. Just pepper and pester. These guys looks like they're gonna have to fight head on. Okay, so this is one of theirs. This is one of mine. We're both facing just the same way. These guys, can I run them off? I could run them off with my archers. That might be the play to make. So that these guys could reposition and fight over here and protect these units from more of my own skirmishers. Man, this is messy. This is crazy messy. Okay, charge. Yep, they will evade and run off. That's what I needed. These cav are disrupted. These skirms are doing fine. I could throw a charge at them, which might then follow through into the cavalry though. Which means that I would want to hit the cavalry now. If I can drop them to fragmented, that'd be great. They don't have to make the check. That's okay. We will keep on softening up their cav. And now we're going to make this charge with our archers. Yep, they evade. We follow through. But we do not hit their cav. Okay. I think that is this entire flank. We'll do a double check at the end. Just to see. These guys are all bogged down. And here. Our impact is good. The continued battle is not great. Ah, they push us back. Interesting. That might be exactly how I like it, though. Okay, so now our cavalry is... So these cavalry are in trouble. Their reinforcements have come back. They're surrounded. So these guys are... This is rough ground. Open ground. I might... Yeah, so going through the rough ground is terrible for us. So we'll take this one. Push those skirmishers back. And then here we'll hit their line. They evade. And we just roll their line up. And we do connect at the end of the chase. Excellent. We will turn and fire. Okay. We're gonna make them really pay on this flank with that one unit of heavy cav. Here we go. They're taking morale checks now. Hopefully they take a bad check here. Nope, they still make it. And with our commander, I kind of like his position as he is. He's gonna hold firm. I could have thrown him as a charge against them. if I'd taken some longer range shots with my horse archers. But I am okay with him staying off to the side. Let's see how things develop. Especially in these melees. There we go. They break, we fall back. Disrupted. Disrupted. Yes. Okay, so we push back their light cav. We take a heavy volley of their skirmishers. Over here is just arrows. Arrows flying everywhere. Now they throw a charge into our knights. Thankfully our knights were already facing the right direction. So we do pretty well there. Ooh, they took their elite units to mess up our line. And now the left is just madness. Their cav are running over us. We need to regroup around the rough terrain, I think, to be able to anchor that. Otherwise we'll be enveloped. This is the flank attack that I was worried about. They fragmented us. Alright. The end of the knights over there. Yeah, I need to try and scrape up as much as I can on the left, plug the center, and then win on the right. Armored Spearman just took a cohesion test but passed. The tooltips seem to be a little inconsistent, like some of this stuff I've seen already, even this game. There we go, more of them routing. Hey, our guys rallied, excellent. Oh, they went up to steady. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So how do we redeem what is happening here on the left? I do not know. Because this is rough ground, like where are my guys gonna go? I'm gonna have to run them over here? Alright. We'll run them over there. These guys. Move over here. And fire? I kinda don't want to pressure them too much. But I will pressure them. Here we go. That. And that. Alright, this is where stuff was kind of weird. Throwing our archers with charges and whatnot. Hit their skirmishers. Hit their cavalry. Whoa, they got the hold firm. There's the fragmented. Do I want to turn to fire on them? Or... I think I do. We'll turn and fire here. They have not been doing well in their morale checks. They're down to below half strength. We want them to rout. That'll be our next goal. Okay, that's the left. I don't know how much we really salvaged that. We just kind of continued to skirmish. No clear direction from general. Okay, so here in the center, we want to, I think, make the most of our spearmen here. So these guys we'll hold for last. Here, we're gonna charge. We have good odds. They're disrupted. They're also the weaker units. Here we'll come around. Hit them again. And then we cannot charge them because we'll be moving through the zone of these armored spearmen. Okay, that means we kind of want to just square off against their armored spearmen, I think. I mean, I can charge them, but we have abysmal odds. This is where we throw the cav up. Our impact is good. They push us back again. Wow. We'll come around here to free up the Teutonic Knights. We fragment them. That is excellent news. We're gonna come up here just to... Alright, then turn the unit. To protect against them trying to help their friends here. This should also keep them from going against the Teutonic Knights. So they'll probably push these guys back, but that's the least beneficial thing that they can do. So I'm okay with that. Alright, these knights. We need to turn rather than taking this flank charge. We also need to be able to support these guys, but they're fragmented. I think they are a lost cause. Fighting spearmen on one side and the enemy general on the other. They're not going to make it. So we're going to about face to be ready to take on their light cav. And over here on this side, this is where we're doing the best. I think I run to here. Oh. Okay, I don't want to go that far then. We will run to here. Nope, out of arc. Just up to here. Wow. These options are not great. I could push all the way up here, or I could just fire or charge. In the extended fight we do great, but they have help. And then they're both steady, so just skirmishing them doesn't seem like it would be too beneficial. But maybe that is the play. Ugh. I would hate to take a charge and then just evade off the board. Move up here. Okay. I would like to go against their sub-general here with my heavy knights. But I think we take our skirmishing first. All these units are steady still. Means they need to be hit with more arrows. There's the morale checks. Give me more of those. These guys are pretty pinned down. If I move here, can they still fire? Yes. I want to open the way for my commander to attack. Maybe we just move here? I don't like the phasing of that unit. Turn and fire. That charge is actually not very good for us. The Russian boyars, they are superior troop quality, and our sub-commander here is only in an average troop quality. Okay, well, I can move him up and still get to shoot with him, though. There's a morale check, but they keep on succeeding at these morale checks. Okay, so that's everybody who has shooting. Now... yeah, we go into the leader. I throw them off too. Excellent. Well, We caught the other unit against the woods, and we fragmented them. So that extra shooting against them ended up paying off. This is where I wish I actually had left them so that I could make a charge over here, but that's what we've got. Okay. Game tells me that I have issued orders to all available units, so we'll see how things progress. As we watch these knights, yep, break, route. That's what was going to happen. Their cavalry reinforces the center. Okay, but that unit breaks, and now the Teutonic Knights are on pursuit. They actually did not connect here. Oh no, here they did. Okay, that ended up being very good for us. Whoa, they were able to turn their elite units against me and fragment more of my defensive spearmen. They're trying to salvage the right, bringing in the reinforcements here, but the Teutonic Knights are too strong. Charging against the skirmishers, the left is a mess, and I fully understand this. They're going to keep on pinging against these horse archers. Their skirmishers have performed brilliantly against mine so far. And this melee is... yeah, they never had a chance. We've reconnected with the enemy commander on that side. These guys are going to have to make a lot of checks. They're fragmented now. Units are routing off the board. These skirmishers have rallied. The more they keep their morale up, the better, because the left is so chaotic. And our knights are wiping out the right. I should have swung more over there. Okay, this might be where we can salvage things. They have repositioned their cav to come around this direction. Well, we have a choice to make. If we want to continue to run around this rough terrain and meet them, or if we want to come back and then regroup with these two units to make a push against their remaining units here against the tree line. I kind of like that decision. We'll turn our unit and be ready to run back. Here we'll come up, open fire. Basically to no effect. Love it. Turn and fire. A little better. These light archers. Okay, so I have these skirmishers that would definitely lose combat. I'm going to try and put as many casualties as we can onto those guys. Here we actually win this combat now. Their unit has deteriorated so much they can be overrun by archers. If I move out here, I have a range of 4 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. Man, I am not sure if I'd be able to get to them. It says out of shooting range, but that's because I haven't moved up. I'm very tempted to move them up to be able to bring my skirmishers to bear on some of these units. We're gonna go for it. I forgot that they had these guys over here. Okay. Turn and fire. At long range, but it's still pretty effective. We're gonna hit them here. Auto break. They're gone. These units had to take a morale test because of the unit that routed next to them. I don't really want to charge because they'll evade and then I'll get closer to their cav. So we'll just shoot them. Looking for a disruption here. Didn't get it. Okay, this unit can still fire. I can either pepper their cav or come back here against their skirms. Skirmishers. I don't like this cav being here. But we'll move here. Turn and fire. I probably could have gotten a little closer and done better. There's the disruption I was looking for. Okay. King Andras. Win! There we go, we got the disruption. That's what we needed, because the unit they were squared off against had fragmented. The rest of the center is quite tied up. These are my retreating knights who had overextended on their charge. These sergeants have been waiting for this. We're going to run them back into the melee. Now the rough terrain here, this little piece of rough terrain is making it hard for the pursuit. And then over here, we want to look to envelop these guys. So this unit has already fought to its limit. We're gonna cut over here to continue to be a pain to that sub-general. And then here, open fire. I could run these guys across to harass them. Really, I want to work on my envelopment. I'll send these guys to harass them instead. They're better in melee is my understanding. Whereas they are going to ride over here. You have been surrounded. Do you have any final words? We cannot make the charge. But we can open fire. They hold firm again. Wow, they have pretty elite cav here. We would like to disorder them. No, they continue to hold firm. Much stronger units surrounded by small, buzzing harassers. Alright, game's telling me that it's time to advance. We're doing very well. Looking at the percentages here, our knights are routing off so many of their units. Even though our left flank turned into chaos, we did not have units really rout. It's just they were all skirmishers and they evaded, so we kept them around. They just didn't hold the line. Like this. They threw a charge at us, but they didn't even inflict any casualties. They're trying to turn their horses here to make the best of the left. And here, those knights, they may have over-pursued into a bad position, but they ran some units off the board, which is kind of having your unit overextend after that is the price you pay. The enemy has lost hearts, you are victorious! So we pushed them below 40% again, and we stayed with a mostly intact force to beat them off. There we go! You can play any of the tutorial scenarios again if you wish, otherwise we suggest you next try a quick battle or just hit fight now for a random quick battle. As you gain experience in the game, try playing custom battles with larger armies until you Feel ready to tackle a campaign or the epic battles. Feel free to adjust the difficulty as needed in the settings screen. Excellent. Well, this has gone quite well, so we'll go back here. Okay. I am feeling like we should try a multiplayer battle and see what that is all about. I may have to make a multiplayer account, which might cause a pause here in the video / stream, so see what happens. Yes, you can issue challenges. The game begins. Okay. Okay, so I do not have a Slytherin account yet, so I will switch up things here for a sec. There we go. They make the account. New account. Alright, let's see how this goes. And confirm password. See. I wonder if it will make me have to verify the email address before we go forward, or if it would be good. Unknown error. Why are you unhappy? I don't like hearing unknown error. Is there some restriction on the password? Maybe. Maybe. Cross our fingers. Unknown error again. Okay, well, I will mess with this some other time, and we'll just go to a different battle. Do one more battle, and then probably call it for the video. Yes. Transition back. Here we go. Battles. I mean, it said try a quick battle before you go to a campaign, but campaign sounds kind of fun. Though the quick battles would let us experiment with more different factions. Let's do that. Yeah, we'll do fight now. Just show me something new. Show me something new, game. What do you have? What do you have for me? The Danish versus the Free Canton. Rout the enemy. Danish, turn 1 of 24, so we have 24 turns. Custom battle, you have sent 2 units on a flank march on your right flank. Peasants and knight sergeants. Well, good thing I sent the peasants. They're out of the way. They're expected to arrive sometime from turn 7 onward. Ah, okay, so I will not get them until turn 7. Or sometime afterward. You can add 1 more general to a unit in your army. Click on the unit you want to add a general to, and then click Add General icon. This will create a new command to which you can switch other units and put them under the new general's command for group movement. Okay, so this is deployment mode. It looks like we are locked into this battle, or this army, meaning that I do not get to choose units. Game settings, retreat. Yeah, okay. So what are we bringing? We have 3 units of heavy cav. One has our general. And then one has our sub-general. There's another sub-general here in our offensive spearmen. We're taking a lot of offensive spearmen, it seems. Crossbowmen. Nice set of 5 skirmishers. Yeah, all offensive spearmen. There's some more crossbowmen. And here are peasants. And we have a joining unit of the heavy knights. Joining unit of heavy knights and peasants. So I can insert one more general. Enemy front line is out here. Okay. I kind of want my cav to advance up from this direction. So we're gonna swap these units. Swap these units. And swap these units. Then these skirmishers. So water is impassable. It says impassable to land troops, but my understanding is there are no water troops. I could be wrong. I feel like deploying on that side of the river is a mistake. But throwing skirmishers out here in the marsh and on a flank feels good. And having these guys deploy all the way out here also seems beneficial. Okay. Then we have 3 companies of offensive spears here. We're going to set a line of men out here. And the peasants will stay in the marsh. My crossbowmen. I had another unit of crossbowmen. Here they are. I actually like them there. These crossbowmen, the idea is they will fill in behind the cavalry, and the cavalry can open something up for them to be able to fire across into units looking at my offensive spearmen. I can put in one more sub-general. I think I put him in here. Add general. I kind of want to remove... This unit already has a general, different command. I would like to move him into maybe one of these other spearmen. Like if I could. Or it would be here, right? Because they're crossbowmen. So it'd be these 3. Yeah, okay, so let's try this. We're going to swap these. And then we're going to put these guys. Spearman offensive. Switch selected unit to this unit's command. Now we're going to put the general over here, and we're going to just position him so that we have sub-general, sub-general, commander-in-chief, sub-general, all divided up. We'll see how useful that is. So now you go to here, you go to here, you are already here, you are already here. I will put him... No. Spearman offensive. What happened? I had crossbowmen out here, somewhere. Now I cannot see them. Where'd my crossbows go? They're here. And here. Yeah, so this is what I didn't want. But who's in your company? Ugh. Very finicky. You. Transfer general. Transfer command. Transfer command. That's what it was. It was that swap. Okay. So this guy has these units. This guy has these units. You work for the commander-in-chief. There we go. Now, you guys are in a block. I love it. Peasants, you're going to fall in with the commander-in-chief as well. You guys are already blocked. I can't really fragment the commands farther down, it seems. That is in general... Ah, there's one more. No. Okay, yeah. You go here. You're already part of that company? Perfect. I feel good about this. I feel like we learned more about organization. We're ready to go. Okay. What are we looking at against the Free Canton? Javelin men, vicious on the charge, decent skirmishers. Spearmen, these are average quality spearmen. A lot of them. There's a lot of them. More jabs. Okay. Company, avance. Alright, I want to just make sure that it is just these guys. Yes. Brilliant. Okay, I'm happy with this. Now, you guys into the swamp or slow roll it? We're gonna move a little slower, I think. Move up this command. Slog through the marsh. There we go. And now you guys. I feel like continuing around here is useful. So we'll move up here and then turn again. There we go. Here come the skirmishers. There's their heavy cav. Okay. They have stopped just short of our skirmishers, which is fine. We can move up and start peppering them from long range. It wasn't giving me the whole company movement. It could be because they're going into different terrains, maybe? Just out of shooting range there by their skirmishers. Well played. Just out of charge range as well. Could just hold fast here pretty happily, I think. Just come up and harass these units. Ooh, getting the early disruption, very advantageous for us. That gives me a little bit more confidence to advance with the crossbows here on the side. This is rough ground, they would like that. I'll just move them up a little bit. Yeah, and we'll keep on bringing these units up. Should the cav try to keep pace? I'm gonna leave them back. Okay, here come the javelins. They're hitting this unit on the corner of our lines. Oh, the javelins are nasty. Okay, spearmen are coming up. More spearmen out of the marsh, moving into the open terrain. Okay, so they built that entire line. They have more. Alright. Oh boy. And more. Ah! Okay, here come their javelins. There we go. Okay. I think I do like moving this unit up here. And then we'll fire into the light jabs. Cause some damage there. These guys, I'd really like to move back into rough terrain. There we go. We'll turn this unit and just hold these guys where they are. Okay. These units, I see a good opportunity to advance them here. And then fire on these spearmen. They're already disrupted. Fragmented. Excellent. They will not be able to accomplish very much now. Now the question is, do I want to break out and fight their javelins? I think I will just send a cav in to disrupt them. There we go. go after these? Maybe. If I do, they will evade, and we will continue to charge. So I think I'll actually have some more restraint. Okay. So then these units I want to advance. How do you guys lose so badly? Guess it's because they're coming out of rough terrain. The rough terrain not suit my offensive spearmen very well. How are you stuck? Oh, it's the wrong guy. Okay. Ah, the peasants, the peasants. Nope, they don't like rough terrain. Ah, the peasants can just stay. Yeah. They can just stay. There we go. Ah, yes, they choose to fall back. A wise choice. Okay, how are they going to drop this battle line? Here come their crossbows. We want to get at them if we can. They keep getting more men out of the marsh. More and more of them out of the marsh. Wow. Alright. So my units here... I'm curious how we do against their spearmen, if we're an even match or not. Yeah, I mean, I want to be a nuisance here, so we'll turn and shoot. Look to make them make some morale checks, hopefully fail them. There, now they have to make checks. And then I can push these guys up out of the marsh. I wonder if I do want to get my line out of the marsh here. I probably do. These crossbows. Yeah, we'll turn and shoot. We want a square facing so that these units cannot come in and give us a flank charge. Yeah, it looks like our stats against them are pretty comparable. Okay, so we'll come down here and keep on firing. And then move in here, turn and shoot again. There we go. I'm worried that having all these units in the marsh is going to come back to bite me. And I would kind of like to hold my cav still just a little longer. Steady, man. Well, we do not do well in the long run, but they are pretty trapped. I could advance my line. This way, at least, the cavalry does not get overwhelmed by an initial push. Honestly, then I could have advanced this cavalry around, had him facing out. Okay. We'll see how this goes. I feel like I am outnumbered. They throw a charge into the crossbows. Okay. Crossbows do not like that. And now battle is joined along the line. Their crossbows are coming up. That's a great showing from them. I get the charge. The skirmishers are still falling back. They brought a few more skirmishers that they left in the middle, but then we haven't seen any more of them. I wonder where they will pop up next. If I advance them, they're unmaneuverable. So what does a turn take? So a turn takes 8 of their ability points and a move takes 4. Unfortunately, well, my guys could back up. Then it's not a flank, it's just head on. Is that what I want? The alternative is they advance, but then when they charge, my light archers evade, and they can then charge into my flank. So I think I turn the unit. And we see how badly we can mess them up. Disrupted. Here we go, here we go. Excellent. Their fighting strength has been really diminished there. We will use the crossbowmen to fire across here. This is the idea, to have some openings for them to be able to get shots at. Yeah, then. How bad is this? Yeah. These units do not seem to do well in the rough terrain. But here we can do okay. They got pushed back. That's good. That's really good. Because now I can pull these guys out of the marsh and join with them. This is good. I could go a step further and now bring my cav up here. Impact. They're holding firm. Okay. And now I have all of these skirmishers. So I can, this option says that I can move through my friendly unit. I think it takes a few more of their movement points, but it's fine. They can't shoot at these guys though because they're engaged in melee, so we want to shoot over here. Which means we'll come up this way and open fire. And again. Hit him again. Nice. It's a lot of casualties that we are inflicting here. Oh yes. They put their sub-general in the crossbows. We want to attack that. Alright. We're locked in now to this combat, but this combat's good for us, so we'll take it. Oh wow, 28. Inflict the morale check. You love to see it. This unit really needs to turn. The Cav does not really want to be a part of this, but we don't really like that. I do like sending my general in though. Use him as much as I can. That could be part of why this looks so bad for my Cav, because they have a sub-general in that unit. But once I can offer support here, I will be more interested in testing that. I want to advance my Commander-in-Chief. I think I move him up just one to be able to threaten, and we move the peasant mob up a little bit as well. Okay. Those are the two guys? Yeah, I'm choosing to have them stay. We're going to reach turn 7. This is where we can get our reinforcements. So maybe we could have played it a little slower to get into the thick of things, because we know that we have reinforcements coming, but I mean, I'm pretty happy with all of the engagements that we've taken so far. It's the enemy who has more of these units like this that keep on appearing and disappearing, so they're not leveraging their full force yet. Here comes a charge. This keeps us from being able to support a potential fight against their sub-commander. Yeah. Now they're bringing all their units to bear. And I'm pretty sure this, yeah, that's their commander-in-chief. They still have these units retreating. They're fragmented. Maybe they want them to be able to rally up to a higher morale. Looking for any morale checks that happen through these melees. It doesn't look like any are coming up yet. Yep, there we go. That's good. We pushed them back. We're opening up the line. I don't love that they followed up, but that's how we're gonna have to play it. Fragmented a unit there. And our units rallied. Excellent. Okay. We are going to back our unit up. And then You're telling me that they cannot turn any farther with 6 AP. Alright. Fragment them. And now we charge them. Ah, they held firm. I wanted them to break their... Ah, there it is. So they had to roll at the point of the charge, and then they had to roll after the combat. They lost after the combat. Unfortunately, all these guys, there wasn't any cascading effects that were too bad for them. So, if I run my cavalry around here, it would open up a shot for my crossbowmen, but I don't know if that is valuable enough, because then my commander-in-chief would be fully engaged and fully forward, which I don't love. Everybody else here is now fully committed, so it's, yeah, deciding on those two, deciding if I want these units to attack, which, I mean, that's also kind of, because I could back him up, fall back. It would take a cohesion test, but I think my commander-in-chief would be able to pass a cohesion test just to fall back, right? Fall back? No, he can't. His units are disrupted. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We'll advance the crossbowmen, and they cannot shoot, because they're out of arc. Why can't you guys turn? Means those guys will just hold, those guys will just hold. Our skirmishers here. These guys are what's winning us the battle on the flanks. Because these point-blank volleys from the skirmishers are actually putting in a lot of work. And it's more focused fire, whereas here the melees are all spread around. Okay, anytime that we get our reinforcements, that can be when we can really open the battle up, but right now, we just need to hold. They still have units in reserve that are not fighting at all, so we need to be careful. Looks like they've pushed back the unit that won initially. Oh no, this is them. They were able to break the unit that they were chasing. So they're now free, we can turn them. I think we want to focus, put the pinch on the sub-general there. The melee went bad over here, but we broke another unit. Disrupted, the cascading effect. This is where things are going to turn ugly for them. Fragment another unit here. They're bringing back their javelins. This is where if you overchase, those javelins will come at you, but we wanted to capitalize on cutting through their line. They brought their commander-in-chief up very close to the fighting, and very close to ours. We might square off. Commander against commander. Alright, we hold firm. Yeah, our crossbowmen being bogged down in that combat is really not where we want them to be. Also, this fight has gone extremely poorly for us. Our units have, yeah, been taking heavy losses. We break another unit. Excellent, we disrupt them. Break yet another unit. These units fragment. And our flanking force has arrived. Our flanking force is not very impressive. I mean, the cavalry is definitely powerful, but the peasants? Why did we bring the peasants out here? What are they gonna do? Every time I've tried to use peasants, they've let me down. Okay, so we'll still work left to right, as makes the most sense. Okay, I want to run my skirmishers all the way up here, and then oh, I could fire right into their general. I'll take it. I'll take the the chip damage there. Because I can still use these skirmishers here. Turn and fire! Nice. I'll run these guys out of the marsh. And turn and fire as well. We're gonna run our boys up. Now, so we have these two units that are not engaged. Okay. This unit we definitely want to charge in here. That breaks them, and it fragments this unit. They're dispersed. Wow. Very good for us. This unit, because they were engaged in melee here, don't have any abilities. They don't have any actions. We'll throw the charge here. They hold firm, but they're taking heavy losses, and there they break. So they didn't break on the charge, they broke right after. And even the general's men are now disrupted because of all of his fleeing units. Okay, crossbowman, please tell me you can be useful this turn. You can. Trying to shoot here. That's good. Inflict some casualties across. This cavalry unit. You... what are you doing? You're pursuing. So they're locked in pursuit of this fleeing unit, so I can't use them. It's unfortunate. I could throw the extra charge here to bring my commander up into battle, but I'm looking... I want to see a little more which way he's going to commit his leader, if he's going to come to the left or if he's going to come to the right. So I might actually just advance here and then don't have enough to turn. Okay, well, maybe that's not the most advantageous. I could have gone just straight up, I guess. Has this charge gotten better now that the crossbowmen softened them up? Not really, so we will pass. These guys are all bogged down. My cav do not want to take on that sub-general yet. Now over here on the side we will use our skirmishers first. See if we can fragment this unit. I don't know if we will get enough casualties. It doesn't look like it. We can. So we have this battle which is going even. This battle which we can tip in our favor. And then we have a direct charge over here. I like turning these units and then charging these. Our men are fighting back to back. They hold firm, so they don't fragment, but they're still at a disadvantage here in this fight. Our peasants, yeah, hey peasants, you just chill and hang out. Okay, that's what I like. Alright, we got our reinforcements coming in on the right. Things are looking pretty good for us. We have not had any units rout yet. And the enemy is really feeling the pressure. Yeah, all these units fleeing away. I'm sure that some of them are going to rally and come back around, but not for now. Ah, here it is. We are engaged with their commander. We'll see if we can make that be the deciding factor in winning this. Alright, they're now bringing all their reserves in. They still have these guys though that are not engaged. These are high quality troops still. Okay, throwing the javelins around into our skirmishers. It's a good move. And protecting the commander's flank at the same time. These melees, the units just grind each other down. There, we fragmented them. That's going to quickly tip in our favor now. Here we've broken their sub-commander, and that should be the game. Enemy has lost heart, you are victorious. Okay, so I can either just say that yes, I've won, or I can go back and continue to mop them up, but I don't think that would be very interesting. I will allow them to retreat. Looks like we could probably turn the difficulty up if that is an example of what the quick start battles are. We only lost 7% of our army, with killing 50% of theirs. It's insane. Insane. Alright, I think that is going to wrap up this day of streaming, the release of Field of Glory 2 Medieval. I had a lot of fun today. We went through the tutorials. Their tutorials were very good. They were at once well-paced for teaching you the different aspects of the game, but also not so easy that they're then boring to play through. We lost our first take at the first tutorial, and we came back pretty strong in the other ones, but they were still interesting to piece together your battle tactics. And that quick battle ended up playing out pretty easily. That one wasn't my favorite because there was not a lot of troop variety, so I'll probably turn up the difficulty setting, and hopefully when I get into stuff where I'm picking my own units, then I can craft armies that are a little more interesting to play with. And also, hopefully we get the online account and battles worked out to see how those go. So, thank you guys. I will be putting out probably a fair bit more content for Field of Glory 2. Leave a comment if there's something specific that you would like to see. I've been Teddy Ninja. Hope you have a good one.